own story throughout high school and how I was able to score quite well and, do quite well academically while also sort of maintaining a balance and sort of my outlook on studying in general. So I was able, and I went to North Sydney Boys, I was able to get an ATAR above a 99. I competed in multiple competitions like the neuroscience competition. In my degree right now at UNSW, I'm part of the Talented Students program. So I'm basically connected to mentors in the field, which is not something many of the other kids in my degree are able to do. So I got to do all these really cool things, math competitions, neuroscience competitions. I, came first in the national Latin exam. So in high school as well. And when I sort of, people see these things, people are thinking, Sid, you must have been pushed so hard, you must have been really stressed, you must have really exerted yourself in high school. That's why I'm sort of telling you these things. And my answer to that was always not really. Like, I don't feel like high school was stressful or hard or pushy for me. And I think if you ask most people who have excelled quite a lot in high school, it's because of their outlook and their mentality. So one thing I'm a big believer in is discipline and the marathon approach, where you just put a bit of effort in every single day and you look at things on more on the bright side. Say I went to a chemistry class in high school and I didn't understand so many other things. I think instead of thinking, oh my God, I don't understand all of these things, I think instead, okay, I understood this out of the class and I just need to revise these areas I'm not too sure at. Right? And I think I viewed learning and studying more as a game rather than something you should stress about and feel anxiety about. And that's what I like to tell kids all the time. View it as a game. View it as something like you can unlock and you can do better. And the way I view learning is you're on the step to learning and knowing what you need to do when you know what you don't know. Knowing what you don't know is one of the most important things. And that's how I did well. When I didn't know something, I wasn't anxious. In fact, I was happy because now I was thinking, okay, I don't actually know what I know. I don't actually know this topic. So now I know what I need to learn. And that's how I was able to study well and do well without that sort of push, without that sort of exertion that you guys may think, having scored this sort of thing. But it's more of the mentality and it's more of just the approach to learning. And that's what we're pretty big on here at Scholarly. I do teach some of the classes at Scholarly. And I love, every time I've taught a child to sort of help them see learning in this manner, where it's not something you need to stress about, but it's something that you can unlock and you can do better in. And you're just pushing yourself to your limits, right? That's what learning is. That's all it is. And then you'll be quite surprised what your limits are once you take away those feelings of anxiety and stress and pressure. And you just view it as something, okay, I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to control my input. Whatever the output be, that's what it is, right? But just control your input. Don't stress, don't feel anxiety. View it as something as like, okay, I know this, but I don't know that. That's okay. Let me just work on that as best as I can, right? And that's how I view learning. That's how I view all these things. I think people start to perform much better, and it's quite scientifically proven once you take that pressure of performing off you. And I think that's a trap a lot of the kids fall in. And I think that's a expectation that parents might have on selective schools and doing well and, getting into things like medicine and getting a high ATAR. You need to push really hard and push really hard. You speak to most of the kids who have gotten a high ATAR and gotten any of these achievements. It was not really a push. It was more so just being comfortable sort of and sort of just avoiding feelings of anxiety, just doing your due diligence, putting an hour of work, 2 hours of work every single day, spacing it out evenly, not burning out. It's a marathon approach. That's how you do well for anything. It's always that marathon approach. And that's what I sort of preach to the kids I teach when I do teach the marathon approach. Just, if I've, in a class, if I've been taught 10 things, but I've only absorbed 2 things, I should feel proud of that because school, it's not easy. It is quite tough. And you should be proud of just learning something, right? I think a lot of kids beat themselves up when they maybe aren't scoring as highly as what they want, or maybe they're, they didn't absorb the entire lesson, but it's okay. Everyone has a completely different pace. It's okay. Take away that anxiety, take away that stress, and you will do much better. And again, that's something I always preach. That's it from me, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.